Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. And yes, we're on Wednesday already, day 3 of our Learning Disability Awareness Week sessions. And again, giddy with excitement. It's so lovely working on this project because everybody's doing such amazing stuff. But again, very, very giddy because this morning we have none other than Lucy Boots, I call her, but it's actually her name. It's a nickname, I think. I don't know where Lucy Boots come from, actually. We'll ask her that question during the session. So Lucy Boots is coming on from Outside Lives to tell us the wonderful plans that they had. And unfortunately, COVID did mean some of them had to change, and they came up with equally wonderful plans. So here comes Lucy now to explain what they've been up to at Outside Lives. So let's welcome Lucy. Good morning.
Thanks, Bev. That was very kind of you to say. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Yeah, brill. It's my dog's first birthday today, so we're celebrating that. Not that I usually celebrate dogs' birthdays, but it's a special one. She's been with me like constantly since the whole of lockdown, so she's like my best friend. So yeah, I woke up singing happy birthday to the dog.
lovely, and it's been nice to see her from a pup as well on Facebook, because she's this beautiful little poodle, wasn't she? Come off a team meeting, we were discussing this about how all of our dogs have become our shadows because of lockdown, and how the first couple of weeks you find it quite cute because they want to be with you. And now I'm just sick of tripping over mine. It's become a bugbear.
I can't leave them. And when I leave her to go shopping, she just whines in the car or something, you know. And she's been Zooming with us, you know, she's been on all the Zoom meetings, and she'll pop up in the middle and you'll see all faces start smiling on the, you know, they've got spotted the dog, you know, and little text messages off you. I saw the dog. Yeah.
Yes, this is it. So I normally get like a German Shepherd at some point, taking me out and flicking the screen and going. So yeah, I probably should warn the audience at some point the dogs probably will make an unannounced visit at some point. How's lockdown been treating you? How have you been coping?
So we're okay. Yeah, we're in a fortunate position, really. So some people will know this, but I live with my folks and my sister, all of whom are considered very vulnerable in this whole situation. And because we were working back in 2, I thought we can't live in the house. We need to really isolate them and keep them safe. So we moved down to the cabin in the field, which has just been, you know, the most incredible experience for us. At first, I was a bit nervous about doing it, you know, no water down there, no shower, whatever. But it's just been, I mean, we've had the weather for it, so we've been really lucky, and it's just been like camping. We've got no internet down there, no phone signal, so you're sort of doing all sorts of things of an evening to keep yourself entertained, like painting. I've been getting the paints out, and I've got binoculars and setting up the wildlife cameras, and building bird tables, making a shower. So yeah, we've really been quite lucky, fortunate to be where we are in the outdoors.
It brings a whole new meaning to Outside Lives, really, doesn't it? Because you really are living outdoors.
Yeah, I'm living the sort of what I believe in. You know, we're saving water. We're, we've minimised everything. We're making sure that everything I believe we're able to do at the moment, which is good. Growing fruit and veg, you know, it's like we've got the time to do it. So yeah, we've been eating our lettuce, and I planted some things the other day, the other month, no idea what they were. It turns out they're radish, and we've got onions popping up. But yeah, so we're doing quite well.
Brilliant. So tell us about Outside Lives. Maybe tell us what the original plan was, and then we can talk about how you've managed to adapt that.
Okay, so I suppose it's important to tell you a little bit about the sort of what Outside Lives is. We're a social enterprise, and our values are principles based on permaculture, which are earth care, people care, future care. So caring for the planet, caring for the people on the planet, and caring for the future. So fair shares, you know, minimising everything that we need or use. So we achieve things by co-producing events. We've got activities. We've got 9 groups. ranging from nature to art to music to, I'm just looking at this to get, I always forget, to well-being. So we really wanted, and it's really important that we are inclusive. We are very much about making sure that each and every member of our community has access to what we do. We sort of move away from the traditional model in terms of segregating people by their conditions, perhaps. So we're very welcoming as a community group and love that diversity. So yeah, so we have, last year we were running all sorts of events and activities. We had grand plans for this year, one of which was our on the road event. So people might have seen this. Yeah. I've drawn all over this one because we've had to change it, which was all about launching what we do. So sharing sort of tasters about our different groups and activities that we do, and inviting people to get involved. And that, I think we were due to have that at the end of March, and it was like mid-March when this all hit. So all our plans were scuppered, went out the window. It's like, okay, so we need to really reconsider how we're going to do this. So yeah, we quickly thought, okay, we're going to launch, get as much as we can online. Recognizing that lots of people can't get online, so thinking, how do we get to those folk and makes what we're doing accessible. So we've launched a YouTube channel. We've got our group members or leaders perhaps getting better. We're all learning how to do this, working out tech. This is not for me. Equipment use, so filming. So we've got, for example, we've got Jill filming her yoga and meditation. She came down yesterday and we worked out how to use the mic, so that will make our footage better. We've got Carol delivering art box activities. We've got all sorts of stuff happening on there, and it's just, like I said, we're at the very early stages, so we're just growing that and getting better and better by the day, I hope. And I suppose we've just had our flyer redesigned by our friend Sandrine, so we're going to be able to send out postcards to folk that will invite them to the YouTube channel. On the back, it's going to say how to access that, because I said to my mum, we're on YouTube. She's like, how do I get on there? Yeah. So, and my sister, she'd love to see all of these things happening, but she's never used it before ever. So this card hopefully will give people a bit of instruction on how to use it, and we're hoping to get that out to different people via different ways. So some of our contacts we've got through Tandem and different support providers, and my sister and all her friends. We're going to be getting that across Denbighshire, Flintshire, Wrexham. We've got some great colleagues in Wrexham that are Nicole Mitchell Meredith has been supporting us with one of our online Facebook groups, which is called Tales from Lockdown. So we're asking people to share their experiences about lockdown in whichever media they want to do that. So whether that's video, whether it's a slideshow, photographs, art, written word, spoken word, Macathon, anything. So that's all going. So we're busy. It's great and exciting.
Very busy. And I mean, we spoke very early on, didn't we, as sort of lockdown started to happen, to try and understand, well, what does this mean for the project? And you and your team were so quick to be able to sort of say, actually, no, we're not stopping. We can do this. We can just do it in a different way. And the enthusiasm you had with keeping those communities connected. And it's like you say, Outside Lives is all about, sometimes society can label people, and Outside Lives is about removing those labels again and keeping everybody connected. And I mean, I've logged onto the YouTube channel a couple of times now, and it is fantastic. And I know we shared a couple of snippets into the group to encourage people to go in and have a look. And so if someone wanted to take part, how do they? How can they get in touch with you?
There's different ways, you know. I suppose going back to what you said, you know, it's really important that we, you know, given the people that we've engaged through Outside Lives, these are the folk that really needed us to step up. You know, when this all hit, we couldn't have just stopped, you know, because actually this is what we do. So it's really important for us to really think about a new way to connect. And what we're conscious of is connecting people through their interests, you know, keeping people motivated, buoyant, and you know, enthusiastic and energized. So for us, it was, how do we do it? And at first we're like, oh crumbs, you know, this is going to be, you know, how do we do it? And so we really had to get our heads together and come up with a solution, you know, a proposal to say, this is what we want to do. So yeah, it was really important to us not to stop and to keep going in another way. But I forgot your question. I don't think that was the question, was it?
No, but I think you make a good point there. And I think we should touch on it actually, because a lot of people who are already involved with Outside Lives have helped co-produce some of these ideas as well, haven't they? So it's not Outside Lives as a small team saying, you know, things have changed, this is what we'll do instead. It's been that sort of open discussion with everybody about what should we do instead? How could it look?
Yeah, and we've got lots and lots of volunteers, people just supporting us from their own homes. So whether that's sharing Facebook posts, you know, helping keeping Facebook groups active, and you know, there's folk that are really stepping up to give what they can to these groups. Yeah, it's I hope I'm not asking too much of folk to say, you know, can you do this, can you do that? People are really just keeping the groups active and current, and you know, helping out in that way. So we've got volunteers everywhere doing bits and pieces, so that, you know, they've really stepped up.
Yeah, and it's fabulous because it is that, I mean, I've been down to Outside Lives a couple of times now before lockdown, obviously, and that sense of community amongst your volunteers is really nice, because they really do want to own it themselves, don't they? They love everything about Outside Lives, you can tell. And that's really nice.
Yeah, and I'm yet to have stage fright. I'm yet to do the footage about all the stuff that we've been doing here. So we've been lucky to get, you know, some funding for a wildflower meadow agreed recently. So the application went in well before COVID hit. And yeah, it came through, and it's like, oh crumbs, I forgot about this application, you know. So that's something that, you know, I know that the team and the kids and all the volunteers will be really chuffed about, because we can get cracking on that, you know. So yeah, everybody loves the space and the site. Jill came down yesterday, as I said, to figure out how to use some of the kit. So she's going to be delivering her yoga from site now that the rules have relaxed. She lives down the road, so she's able to come and do that here, which is lovely to keep people connected with the site itself. Yeah.
Lovely. So if people did want to connect with Outside Lives, then it's best through your Facebook groups, I guess, is it?
Yeah, through Facebook groups. And we're, you know, some of the footage that we're going to be putting on YouTube will be having different ways that people can get involved. We don't know what that's going to look like yet. I was thinking about all sorts of things, you know, from the foodies group. So Blue, our chef, he's going to be cooking some stuff. So it's about, what do people want to see? We're going to be trying to get that two-way conversation thing going, you know, to find out what people want to have delivered.
Lovely. So what I'll do then is I'll pop some of the links to some of your Facebook groups into here, and then if any of them are of interest to people, they can come and they can join those conversations. And we have had viewers on, Lucy, whilst we've been talking, so we've got a nice good morning message. Somebody else has said, and we don't get everybody's name, unfortunately, some of the security settings, if you don't grant StreamYard permission, your name doesn't come up. So someone's put Tales from Lockdown, what a great idea.
Yeah, it's such a great idea, and I can't take the credit for that one. That was Nicole who came up with that, and you know, it's working really hard to engage folk, to get their experiences. You know, it's time in history, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I know I've encouraged my niece and nephew, who are 6 and 9, to try and keep a diary, because it'd be interesting then when they're older to relate back. So somebody else has put here, so keep going. It's been a catalyst for many new meaningful small changes that make a big difference. That's really nice to hear.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
So what we'll do then is I will pop some of the group links. I think we shared last week some of your, was it a drumming session with it's going on YouTube?
Yeah, so Chris Ablett, oh gosh, he's just such a great guy. We met him, I don't know how long ago. I've known him for years, and he did some of the nature nurture sessions here for us and did drumming. And I asked him, and he said no problem. Yeah, he's works at Chester Zoo, so he's furloughed at the moment, and was like, yeah, I'll do these drumming sessions. So excited to watch that, because he's such a brilliant person. And he's also helped us with all the tech side of things. So he does a lot of filming himself. So he was able to tell us all the equipment we needed to make sure that we can deliver better footage. So yeah.
Fabulous. And I guess that's another thing to say to everybody, really, is if you do think you've got a skill set to offer outside lives, so by all means get in touch, because it's very much a growing community, isn't it? And yeah, you're open to all ideas.
Yeah, our editor is a young girl who lives locally. She's I just asked her if she wanted the opportunity, so she's and she just jumped at the chance, you know. She works at a local cafe. She said, "This is thanks for giving us the opportunity." And I was like, "Thanks for doing it," you know. But she's developing her skill set. So there's all sorts of things that go on behind the scenes that we haven't got the expertise. So it's really about identifying folk locally, and we want to give that to people who are learning or want to develop their skills or whatever it might be. You know, we've got a guy called Mark Poland, shout out to Mark Poland, doing some vlogging for us. Well, when I met him, he showed me his YouTube channel. I was just blown away. I said, "Mark, would you please do some vlogging for us?" So before all of this, he vlogged one of our food events. And then since then, him and his dad have helped set up the YouTube channel for us. And then he's told us his tale from lockdown as a bit of a vlog. So yeah, great guy.
Wonderful.
And I know I need to give Justin a shout out as well, because Justin's going to do some musical footage for us eventually. So yeah.
Excellent. So we actually spoke with Justin on Monday evening. He on and spoke to us, and he's been very kind and shared some of the footage of some of the work he's done with hijinks. So we're going to show some of that footage tomorrow afternoon, which will be lovely.
Great.
Yeah,
great.
But I just love the community around Outside Lives. It really is a very, very special place, both in real terms with regards to the site, but I think virtually as well, that this community that you've created around Outside Lives is so inclusive.
It's blown me away. You know, the Facebook groups run themselves. The conversations that go on the Digging Facebook group. You know, people are sending each other seeds. It's not me that's running the page. They run it between them. You know, that's grown as something. The art box exactly the same. You know, just some folk that recognise the importance of this. You know.
Yeah. And it's wonderful. So I am going to say thank you very much for joining us, because I know you're a busy bee. You're here, there, and everywhere at the minute. So we really, really do appreciate this morning on popping on and speaking with us. It's been lovely. What I will say to those watching is I will put those links on to the Outside Lives groups. So if anything is of any interest, you can follow those links and go enjoy it. You know, get involved with the conversation and see what's going on from that point of view. And we may, if Lucy is willing, get you back again to give us an update, to see how the project's going, how the YouTube channel's going and stuff like that. It'd be nice to be able to do this sort of thing regular with some of the projects, so we can go on that journey with you, really, to understand what's happening and stuff like that. It'd be really nice. So
so perhaps not me next time. Perhaps some of the group members themselves would be lovely.
Yes, that would be really nice, yeah, to speak to some of the group members. We've just got a couple more comments whilst we're on here. So Roger from Here to There's joined a little bit late. So Roger and I spoke last night, last night, around the app that he's doing to help people support their circles of support. And then someone giving you a shout out with a "Hey Lucy," which is always nice. So
that is.
Remind viewers, when we pop up on live, there'll be a little statement at the top that says grant StreamYard permission. I think some people are reluctant to press it because there's a lot of scams at the minute on the internet, but just to let you know, it is safe to press it, and if you do press that, then it'll show us your name. So next time you get that alert, please say yes and give StreamYard permission, and then we know who's talking to us. So thank you once again, Lucy, and we will bid everybody else a nice day. Saying that, I will be back on about midday. I'm coming on with some of the project team members. They're not getting away with it. We haven't just made the projects come on. So some of the team are actually coming on to discuss what they've been up to during lockdown. So that'll be at midday. So thank you once again, Lucy, and we'll bid farewell to everybody.
Thank you. Bye.